Hello there, and thank you for joining. I'm Sam Barker, VP of Telecom's Market Research at Juniper Research, and joining with me today is Madhur Goswami, who is the Marketing Lead for CX and EX at Tata Communications. Hi, Madhur.
Hey, Sam. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good. Excited for this discussion.
Perfect. Brilliant. So am I. We have jointly developed a white paper on a unified customer experience approach and why that is important for enterprises. We will provide the link and the information on how to download that white paper at the end of the video. But yes, we'll start a discussion on why unifying customer experience is such an important aspect moving forward over the next few years. I do have a few questions for you, Madhur. My first one is, what challenges would a B2C enterprise typically face when customer experience is fragmented across multiple touchpoints?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges B2C enterprises face today with a fragmented customer experience is what we call the loss of journey continuity. Now, today's customers move very fluidly between channels, messaging apps, chatbots, voice, social platforms. But in a fragmented environment, what happens is that these customers are forced to either repeat themselves or are at the receiving end of information, which is either delayed or inconsistent or inaccurate. This creates frustration in their mind and erodes trust on the brand that they are interacting with. From an enterprise perspective, this fragmentation leads to operational silos. So your marketing, customer experience, service, IT teams, all of them work with incomplete data and disconnected systems. So when your customers are talking to your agents, these agents lack context. Your resolution times increase. Personalization becomes almost impossible to execute at scale. Think of an example, if your customer as an enterprise receives a personalized offer from you over WhatsApp, and then they follow up with you via a chatbot and then call on your contact service number, a contact center. Most probably none of that context travels with the customer on this journey. Each interaction starts the journey afresh. So over time, when this happens, these issues translate into lower customer satisfaction, reduced loyalty, and missed revenue opportunities. So fragmented CX is no longer just an efficiency problem, to be honest. It's a strategic risk that directly impacts your brand's perception and long-term growth opportunities. A unified CX approach and platform could solve this by preserving that context across channels, also ensuring that both your customers and your agents have a seamless end-to-end experience. This basically translates to improving customer satisfaction while also reducing your operational friction.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the word that I hear more and more often is the word seamless, making that frictionless for the customer. But what is the role of a customer experience or a CX platform in modern enterprises, and why is having a unified CX approach so important for enterprises today?
Yeah, absolutely. We feel that a customer experience platform plays a very foundational role for any modern enterprise. To us, it acts as the connective layer that brings together your communication channels, your customer data, your intelligence, AI, everything into a single ecosystem. Now, having this unified CX approach and the platform in itself, you need it because of the fact that your customers engage with you across channels at different times, but still expect that best-in-class experience whenever they interact with you and wherever they interact with you on. These customer journeys are no longer linear. They don't differentiate between channels or time of interaction, etc. And that expectation always stays. By unifying, your CPaaS, CCaaS, UCaaS tools with agentic AI and customer data, you could actually achieve consistent engagement at scale, empower your agents with a single customer view, and move away from reactive service to proactive engagement, which basically translates again into both enterprise revenue and enterprise growth.
Um, you talk a lot about the customer journey, and obviously there are many enterprises with many customers, and that is obviously going to create a lot of data that can be used, not necessarily will be used, but can be used. So you could say that the backbone of a unified CX strategy, hinges on having a robust set of data and a strategy within that. How would integrating data from various channels and these interactions into a single CX platform improve the decision making for marketing, customer experience, and customer service team, especially when you consider AI?
Yeah, glad that AI came in. We feel that AI is at that inflection point now where we feel that the real business value for enterprises in this AI era will likely not just come from deploying more IT tools and platforms, but from also orchestrating these individual tools into a single goal for solving deep specific use cases for their customers. And that has to be built on the foundational layer of data, whether it is AI, whether it is your CX strategy, it is only as effective as the data that underpins it, right? So integrating data from every customer interaction that you have into a single CX platform will create that true 360-degree customer view. This significantly will improve your decision making across the organization. So you talked about marketing. So marketing can trigger behavior-based messaging instead of static historical campaigns. Customer experience teams can identify the exact friction points and intervene proactively rather than reactively. Your agents in customer service can resolve issues faster with the full interaction history and the sentiment of that particular customer that they are talking to. Imagine it this way, AI can detect frustration across a single chat that a customer might have with your brand, and then proactively route that customer to a very skilled human agent while suppressing any irrelevant outbound messaging or outreach, and giving the full context to the agent, telling them what they might need to do to make sure that this customer is satisfied with the resolution that we provide to them. In our real deployments with customers, Sam, we have seen that this unified data enables AI to move from just generating insights to enterprises being able to take action on it. So, think of intelligent routing, think of sentiment analysis, think of real-time personalization. All of this is enabled through that data layer, which turns your AI into a strategic CX enabler.
And we talk about a lot of what can it do. I think there is a big, future that includes a lot of growth for these sorts of technologies in the CX space. But today, in your experience, what measurable business outcomes have you seen being achieved with a unified CX approach?
Yeah, it kind of boils down to that, right? Anything that you do, what does it mean from a business outcome perspective? We have honestly seen that enterprises who are adopting this unified CX approach typically see improvements across both their experience metrics as well as operational efficiency. So as these experiences become more seamless and personalized across channels, your customer satisfaction and your net promoter scores improve. Your resolution times decrease because agents have full access to the context and history of the customer, and they also have access to AI powered agent assist and AI copilots. Think of it in a retail and travel industry, for example. This unified CX enables real-time notifications to customers, very personalized offers for them, seamless handoffs between automation or AI agents and live human agents, all of which directly impact both conversion and loyalty. We have worked with many enterprises where this unified CX has reduced all of these average handling times, etc., while increasing their customer engagement all across all their digital channels. While the numbers and results might vary by the kind of industry that you operate in and the kind of customers that you have. But one thing is consistent. This unified data and orchestration drive measurable business value, both from a growth perspective, personalization perspective, and engagement perspectives, which basically means higher conversion rates, improved retention, and increased customer lifetime value over, which basically reinforces our view that this unified CX is a very strategic investment that delivers on both end customer value as well as tangible business impact for enterprises.
And more going into the specifics now, from your wealth of experience, or Tata Communications' wealth of experience in the space, what are your top recommendations for enterprises that are looking to move towards this more unified approach to customer experience, and how should they operationalize this journey?
Yeah, this is where we try to answer the question. Okay, we get this, but how? And although we are a technology provider, I feel first and foremost, enterprises need to anchor the journey around the customer, not the technology. They need to identify where experiences are most fragmented and prioritize or pilot around those moments. Next, like we talked about, invest in a strong data foundation layer. Without that data, nothing else actually matters. While building that data foundational layer, think integration, think governance, think privacy to enable personalization while maintaining that customer trust. So in terms of steps, think it of this way, establish a single customer view by unifying your data, which we talked about. Have modular platforms that combine capabilities from CPaaS, CCaaS, UCaaS, AI agents, etc. Start with very high impact use cases. So think of onboarding, proactive alerts, or service automation. And then roll out these as pilots or in phases to both understand and demonstrate early value and then scale them up. We have seen that the strongest outcomes when CX initiatives are operationalized cross-functionally with all of the marketing, CX, and service teams aligned around that shared KPIs or metrics. The enterprises need to treat this unified CX as a strategic transformation, not just a technology deployment or technology upgradation.
Perfect. Yeah, certainly there's so much to customer experience these days in terms of the number of channels that can be used, number of technologies. AI is now being introduced, and that's really revolutionizing how enterprises or businesses can contact their customers. But looking ahead, how do you see the unified customer experience market evolving to meet future expectations from consumers, and just as importantly, support these emerging technologies like AI and automation?
Yeah. So in our opinion, unified CX platforms will continue to evolve as we move through to 2026 and later. And this is all in line with the rising customer expectations and advances in technology. AI will play a much deeper role, moving from beyond automation to agentic autonomous capabilities. These multi-AI agent systems will start handling routine interactions independently while also augmenting human agents in complex or high-value engagements. For example, AI workers or AI agents, they will autonomously manage things like appointment scheduling, verifications, know your customer, follow-ups, service updates, etc. over multiple channels like WhatsApp, voice, etc. The CX platforms will also power more predictive and proactive engagement because they'll be able to anticipate customer needs rather than simply react to an issue that might be in front of them, or a behavior or an event that might have happened from the customer side. This will mean that personalization will happen in real time at scale. At the same time, I think enterprises will also demand more open, composable platforms that will support rapid innovation without disrupting their existing business processes or technology stack. Uh, we feel the future of CX is intelligent, proactive, and human-centric. And that is enabled by these unified platforms that seamlessly integrate communication, data, AI, everything into one ecosystem, like we started to talk about.
Interesting. I think as you said, there's a lot to talk about with the CX space. Lots of different moving parts that certainly can be unified. For our audience, if you'd like more information on the customer experience market and how it can be unified and the strategies around that, please do visit Tata Communications' website to download the white paper jointly created by Tata Communications and Juniper Research. Thank you very much for listening. Please have a good day.